Hey everyone, Mr. Sujano here, your home for gaming, tech, news, and reviews. In today's video, we are taking a look at the recently announced, actually just today announced, NEO GEO MVSX. Let's get started. Alright, to kick things off, if you're an arcade fan, if you're a retro gaming fan, if you're an SNK fan, or if you're an Arcade1Up fan, then this might be up your alley. Today, SNK announced the MVSX, which essentially is their take on an Arcade1Up cabinet. The MVSX is going to be a kind of a miniature at-home cabinet. It's going to be 2 players, it will have a riser, and you can also detach the top just to make it a bar top arcade. Unlike Arcade1Up, which features about a handful of games depending on the cabinet, this cabinet will feature 50 games. The MVSX will feature a 17-inch LCD screen. It will have both MVS and AES modes for all of the games. It will also have scanline support so you can get it to look like an original CRT. The retail price of this is going to be $450, with the riser coming in at $100. If you buy them both, you save $50 and will spend $500 total. Now, taking a closer look at the system, I do think this does look pretty cool, but there are some very interesting design choices. First and foremost, if you can see here, NEO GEO cabinets were not 6 buttons, and these are 6-button controls. I'm going to guess it's because you can swap the controls around to adjust them for your own liking. So the cabinet is laid out in the Type-C setting you can see in this chart here. What I'm going to guess is it gives you the option to put it into a Type-B or Type-A setting if you see fit. Also on the front of the cabinet are 2 different speakers. I'm not sure if it's true stereo sound with an L and an R speaker, or if it's just going to be mono sound, which would just be the same thing coming out of both speakers. I don't know that yet, and I didn't see anything in the listing. Another thing I noticed though was the miniature coin doors right here, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense if you do pick up the riser, because the riser also has some coin doors on it. So you end up with a miniature coin door on the top and a larger coin door on the bottom. On the top right picture here, it says the size and panel fits perfectly for 2 players, and this is where I might disagree, maybe just a little bit. The Arcade1Up is roughly 19 inches wide. This is narrower than the Arcade1Up, coming in at 15 inches wide, which to me would be pretty tight considering the Arcade1Up is already a tight machine for 2 players. Although the MVSX will be a little narrower than the Arcade1Up, it should be close to the same height. Arcade1Ups range from about 57 inches tall with the riser to maybe a little bit over 60. This is coming in right at 57 inches. Now, something else I noticed on the FAQ page, it says this system comes with 2 different figures. I don't know the overall size, what they look like, or the quality, but it does say they come with 2 different figures here, so I guess that's a plus. Even though there are 50 games listed here, I still think there was an opportunity to include some recent releases that would have been a hit. Samurai Shodown Perfect, for example, which isn't on this list. Something else, maybe Windjammers, but I don't know if SNK still has the rights to that game. And also on top of that, Turf Masters. Again, I don't know if they have the rights to that game, but all 3 of those games there would have been really cool to have on this system. Now let's talk about the price, and I think this is where it's going to scare a few people away. First and foremost, it's $450 for the bar top and another $100 or just another $50 actually if you pick them up together for the full set. So you get the riser and the bar top, and you just put them all together and there's your arcade. For $500 for this set for 50 games, we don't necessarily know the control quality, we don't know the emulation quality, and the unknowns here present a fairly huge risk at this price point. This also makes me doubt future collaborations with Arcade1Up revolving around SNK. So I did have hopes on maybe seeing an SNK themed Arcade1Up cabinet, but with SNK releasing the MVSX, that might not be the case anymore, which is a little disheartening. This is going to be released October of 2020, so if you are interested, I will leave a link to the site in the description below so you can stay up to date on the latest news. Now for my overall thoughts about the MVSX. I talked about the pros, I talked about some of the cons. Overall, I love the design of this, other than the fact that this has coin slots on the bar top and then coin slots again on the riser. That's kind of weird to me. but I do like the design. I'm a little bit worried that it might be a little bit narrow, considering it's more narrow than an Arcade1Up, and the Arcade1Up is already a tight machine if you are playing it with 2 players. So this you're going to have to kind of squish together a little bit more. With 2 kids it should be absolutely fine, but 2 full-grown adults, this might be a little cozy. I'm a big fan of the fact that this has 50 games included, but I still think it was a huge miss not to include Samurai Shodown 5 Perfect, considering it was just recently released, and I think it would get some people maybe a little bit more excited about this machine. And SNK, if you're listening, if you want to send one to me for review, hey, I won't refuse, because this does look pretty cool. There are a few things I'm a little bit worried about, but overall, I'm happy that more of this stuff is hitting the market for retro gamers. Really, at the end of the day, the more stuff for retro gamers, the better. Even if you don't end up purchasing this or don't like it, the fact that companies are taking the time now to release stuff and continually release stuff for us retro gamers is huge. It's really great for the community and scene overall. But anyways, that is all I've got for today. Let me know what you think about the MVSX in the comments below. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Are you concerned about something? Are you not concerned about something? How does it stack up versus an Arcade1Up machine? Let me know in the comments below. I'm really curious to see what everyone has to say. If you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't like this video, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button. Check out my other videos. Thank you, everyone. Take care.